Good day, everybody. I'm Tlish, and you're watching Coffee and Clicks. Um, if you like our content, please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe and like our channel and hit the bell for notifications. It really helps us out. Today, we're joined with Antonio Clark from Team Pusheen. Um,
What's and also Team Super Lone Kitty.
Team Super Lone Kitty as well.
Yeah,
So how are you? How are you doing, Antonio? Thank you for
I'm doing.
joining us.
Of course. I'm doing great. Just had a very good. You and I just had a very good match yesterday in Heroclix. And we went to a winter map at Highlander Games in New Jersey. It was very fun. And just all in all, I just got back from Mexico. Just a little mini vacation, and it's just back to this art full time.
Yes,
I'm drinking, by the way.
you're drinking what? Oh, you're
I'm drinking tea. No coffee for me, but I'm drinking tea with you.
great. Yeah. Yeah. We there was a Winamap slash pre-release yesterday.
Hmm.
Very good times by had by all at Highlander Games Comics and Games at in Boonton, New Jersey. Um, also, so I wanted to ask you. I know you have your own professional, like you mentioned, you have a professional art business. Um, you are a professional artist by trade. You want to tell us a little bit about that or how you got started in that?
Indeed. I've been a profession. I've been uh, selling my art professionally, and for since about 2005, and I've been a full-time illustrator for the last 4 years. I quit my corporate job, and I packed all my stuff up and I moved out to New York City where I live. I live in Manhattan now, and it just has been great. Every year it's just been better and better, and it's something it's probably one of the most, or probably the best decision I ever made in my life, because I love art. I love comics, and that definitely helps with loving HeroClix too.
Now, are you trained as an artist from schooling, or are you just naturally talented?
Self-taught. So yeah, just self-taught from comics, and I wish I would have had all the YouTubes and all that type of stuff that they have now with all the tutorials, but no, it was just my friend and I just having comics there and just consistently drawing, and watching other cartoons we love, like Gargoyles, and watching shows like, of course, Ninja Turtles, and growing up with all those shows and trying to mimic those. And of course, I started reading comics when I was 8 years old. I'm 39 right now. I turned 40 in July, and I've been reading comics since I was 8 years old. So, and I doubt I'll ever stop. So yeah.
Yeah, I love Gargoyles. By the way, that's a great show.
Talking
I
about bringing, talking
yeah,
about bringing.
no, it's on Disney Plus now. I'm excited to watch a little bit of that. I know. So you're popular for. I know a lot of people know you around the HeroClix community for drawing on the vinyl tabletops at the events, the vinyl tablecloths.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but what medium do you actually prefer to use in your art? Like paint or
My favorite medium is actually watercolor. It was something I was very bad at. Something I'm still, of course, learning faster, because you should always be a student and willing to learn. So for me, it's definitely watercolor, followed by digital, just because digital takes up no space. In my life right now, I have tons and tons and tons of brushes and papers and everything. I'm looking at all my stuff, but and even digital stuff can take up a lot of room, depending on how much equipment you have. But like right now, when I go out, I take my iPad with me, my iPad Pro, and it does everything that I needed to do. Even if I want to make a watercolor, but realistically, watercolor, that nothing it's nothing like having paper in front of you that you can hold and you can feel. So that's my favorite medium by far.
yeah. I mean, watercolor is beautiful. I remember when I was a kid, just being in school, and I always liked art as well. You know, I mean, not as talented as you are, obviously, but like I always really liked art. I and I always had trouble with watercolor because it would bleed and it was hard to control the paint. But it's a great art form, so I applaud that. Just um,
Well, that's awesome. And I think, first off, everyone is artistic. It's just there's levels to everything. And I think what it really comes down to is just how your knowledge, how the art works in general, right? Because, like you said, watercolor bleeds, but if you know how to work around it, and if you know how to use that bleeding to your advantage versus like a disadvantage, then it's okay and it's not so much of a problem. When I give art lessons, I teach everyone that if you can draw or if you can write your name and if you know your basic shapes and letters, then you can draw anything you see. When it comes to the like say like the drawing on the tables and everything, that's just something that I started back in Gen Con the first time. Actually, go to on Facebook and you look at WizKids Facebook page in their gallery of pictures. There's a picture of me drawing on a table at Gen Con all the way back in the day, um, at the World Championships, and I just did it once, and it was just a way to pass the time. And I love to draw all the time. And what I would do is any figure I had on my team, I would just draw them wherever I sat, or I would draw somebody if they beat me, or if I won, I would just draw a character on their team. So it was fun. It turned into something fun, and now it's something that if I don't do it, everyone's like, well, "Why aren't you drawing on the tables? We need you to draw on more tables now. Like, why are you not doing it?"
what are your favorite characters to draw then?
Um, Spider-Man is my favorite character of all time. I easily have in thing the Marvel 10 Spidey Heroclix, which is easily the best Spider-Man sculpt they've probably ever made. That's the most Spider-Man like. So Spider-Man's my favorite just because you can draw him in so many different ways. Second, of course, by my shirt and again easily accessible is Superman. Um, Superman, you can draw Superman in so many powerful ways and dynamic ways. Followed by Storm. Storm from the X-Men is probably one of my favorite characters to draw. Whenever I draw a woman, Storm or Wonder Woman are my first two women that I usually end up drawing. And Storm just has so many cool looks. Again, she can be very powerful, very feminine, and that's always fun to draw. Her different outfits. Her Mohawk Storm's my favorite. Actually,
Yeah,
Mohawk probably my favorite character that I just really like. Her and Spider Man are the two ones that I just draw the quickest if I'm just sitting and drawing. But I draw Superman all the time just because people expect me to, and it's easy. It's very easy. So at this point,
and this question goes out from Scott. He said he says you're a top notch clixer and a top notch artist. And how did your love for clicks influence your art?
um, well, again, comics and clicks they go right, kind of hand in hand. So for me, it's called HeroClix is all about art, and I judge a set now, especially at this point in time, as we've had clicks for so long. I judge a set based on their sculpts. If your sculpts are good, the set is good. Dials are great, but good dials are gonna come and go and come and go. In a couple months, the dials that we love right now, we might forget about. But a good sculpt is something that we will never. Again, you saw those two sculpts that I pulled out. That Marvel 10 that came out years ago, and I still have it prevalent. That Superman came out in World's Finest. I still have it prevalent because it's so important to me. And I learned how to play clicks in a comic shop. My friend played. Um, his name's Kurt Barr, and he taught me how to play. And we read comics, and I would draw, and then he just taught me how to. I started playing with my favorite characters, and and clicks now again. It just always clicks is such a big influence, and again, I judge a set based on my love for comics. By having those CD list characters and seeing if their sculpt is actually good too. So yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a great answer. I mean, I think HeroClix I got into it when I started getting into Heroclix. It wasn't necessarily the technicalities of the game. I didn't really know much about them. I was googling things left and right, trying to figure out the rules and stuff. But what attracted me to the game were the sculpts and the just the relationship of superheroes in a physical game that you can hold and move around. That's what attracted me to the game in the first place because I'm a lover of comics and just everything looked so appealing, for the game. I mean, I didn't really care about the rules at all because I had no idea what I was getting into when I first started.
Yeah, the rules actually, me being a gamer in general and loving the competition of gaming, which is probably my favorite thing about the game, the luck chance, the kind of win lose type of situation, because every roll is a win lose. Every roll can literally spark off a chain of events that could just end up screwing you, and I love that aspect of the game. So while the rules they of course changed since we started playing, I started playing back in Fantastic Forces. The art and the sculpts and stuff like that definitely, and my love of comics is what has kept me playing. Because I think I played is just as much, if not more, when we were on the hiatus years and years ago.
Mm-hmm.
My friends and I, we played more clicks during the hiatus than we ever did when we were having our weekly tournaments because we could just play whatever we wanted without being restricted every week, which we love. We played like, no less than 700 points, just easy, just because we want to. I mean, that's what when you pull a 350 point, piece out,
You want to play it. You want to play it. Yeah.
yeah. I never play a piece unless it's like a support piece. I never play a piece at their lower dial. I always play it full. I either play it full or I don't play it at all.
Mm-hmm. So I mean that brings me to there's a lot of I guess well I mean there's a lot of different pieces in the Captain America set. What do you think about this set overall?
Overall, I think the set is chock full of support, which is just after the team I had yesterday had 4 outwits on it. It's just very nasty. 2 perplexes, some prob. It's so nasty. So
Do you
I'll go ahead.
do you think that set is balanced in sealed play or
Um,
I mean with all
okay.
that outwit it has a lot of outwit. There's perplex. There's a lot of outwit in the set. I noticed that, but there's also a lot of don't die.
Well, but think about it. I don't think there is a lot of don't die when I think about the living legends. What I will say is the set is balanced in the sense of, okay, well, you have a Thor, well, I have a don't die piece. You
Mm-hmm.
have a Thor, I have an immortal Hulk. You have an immortal Hulk, but I might have all these outwit pieces that can just consistently outwit and peg him down. Yes, you're gonna have to hit him a lot, but literally 2 outwits on him, which is not hard to come by, shuts him down. 1 outwit to outwit charge and kind of keep him at a distance, and 1 outwit to outwit his outwit
Mm-hmm.
that he's eventually gonna have, and now you can shut him down. Is that always going to be so easy? Of course not. Is Captain Marvel almost an auto win? Of course she is. Is Thor almost an auto win? Yes. If you pull great pieces, he's an auto win. If Thor goes up against great stealth and he has no way to bust it, he's screwed. Now, lucky for him, there's a lot of pieces set in each one of the rarities that goes right through someone else's stealth for Thor to just lay into him. So I think there is checks and balances. There's always going to be. I've come to the realization that the set has to have power in it so that it can sell it. If you give me all Shield guys, all Captain America kind of guys, all kind of bricks and brawlers and stuff like that, and maybe even a couple trick shots and Hawkeyes, it's not going to sell, and that's bad for the game. So you have to have these powerful Captain Marvels. Why? Because Captain Marvel is actually powerful. So her power level in clicks is actually very similar to what her power level is in comics. So is Thor. It's Thor. He's a god. So he should be hitting you for 5. It's Thor. And Thor, unlike Superman comes in and he doesn't really want to hurt you. Thor's throwing that hammer right at your face. You know what I'm
The
saying?
chase Thor.
Yeah, Chase
Yeah.
Thor. And
Hmm.
look, think about it. Even Jane Foster Thor. Foster Thor is ridiculous for what she does. She's actually not talked about. So many pieces don't get talked about, and that's my biggest problem with clicks now. Is so many people just they look for the cream and they don't think of anything else. So yeah, but overall, the balance in the set I think is great, and you can build some really great teams. When you play sealed, are you going to have some bad pulls? Of course you are. Are you going to be have some uphill battles? Of course you are, because the point values are really good for the high rarity power stuff. You know, Captain Marvel being 150 is just insane. She
Yeah,
should be about.
because
She
she
should.
deals. I mean, her. I mean, some of the things that are really good about her is that she deals penetrating just by moving through somebody.
Uh,
It's kind of like a shredder almost, right? And then also she puts out a
makes the
perplex pog that has plasticity. So and it's got perplex.
the
That's
Flurkin is ridiculous, but I love it. I love all of the pieces that make pogs are like I'm a pog generator lover.
yeah.
So any that makes a pog, I'm like, yes, give it to me now. Yes, 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 yes.
So this question comes from Abdul. What is your approach to team building, and what do you look for, or how do you prepare? I mean,
I look.
and I don't know if he means by sealed or constructed, but I mean you can answer however you want.
I'll answer both. For sealed, of course, I look for my favorite characters first. The characters that I want first. That's what I want in sealed. More than anything, I want that, and I always want something that's going to help me win. Nine times out of 10, I can win with any piece if you build around them. So, say like yesterday, I opened up Mandarin. Mandarin was my high rarity. He's my super rare. Um, After that, I had Ghost. Ghost was my rare, my other booster. Now, so of course, Mandarin's an auto play because of he's really good. I think. In sealed and of course in constructed he's going to be good too. But in sealed he's great. In team building, I usually just look for pieces that are going to fight. First, I want pieces that fight. I Support is great, but all the support I needed to fight too. Which is usually why I don't have like actual support on my team because most support characters can't fight, or they're easily hit, and to me that's easy points. So I also always usually look for mind control. I love mind control is my favorite power in the game. So because I just love using your characters against you and the strategic way that mind control can be used. So in constructed, I like mind control. So like say like the skull. Skull is an amazing piece, and he doesn't get talked about enough because he just doesn't. But if you put liar on the skull, now he becomes really ridiculous because now he can get you from potentially 12 away or all the way across the map. That's insane, you know. Um, so I really like to have pieces that are just gonna fight. Those are my like the mid range pieces that can really kind of hold their own. I'm also a fan of bricks too. So whenever I'm coming up, I like figures. Oh, so when I'm doing constructed, I like evasion pieces. So super senses, shape change. I know a lot of people don't like that because they don't hedge their bets on that, but that's the one thing that a person is gonna hate it. A shape change super sense character, people are gonna hate that
Yeah.
because when you oh, okay. Well, you wanted to hit me, psych, roll shape change. That's why one of my favorite pieces that again that I have that is very handy, Scroll Infiltrator. 25 points of you can't hit me, and I might just roll blades on you, and destroy you. So I like evasion pieces in both sealed and constructed, but definitely constructed. I'm definitely going to build some evasion pieces that are going to be hard to just hit, and they're just going to make you miss me, and that's what I usually like, you know.
Yeah. No, that's why I like playing. I play Mystical a lot. I play Black Adam. Equip him
Mm.
with the symbiote. He's got super
Yeah.
sensitive shape change. That whole team almost has shape change too because you have Alex Wilder with shape change, and you have Sheriff Strange with super senses. I like that team. I don't know how it's gonna do now with the new meta because
Mm.
I don't know how Captain America set really affects the new meta, especially against like mystical or I'm not really sure.
Well, I think the game is actually too reliant on keywords. As a matter of fact, if I could change HeroClix right now, if I could just wave one wand and make everything go away, it would be the rely. I would make all keyword bonuses go away.
Okay.
Um, just because if you think about the game prior to keywords, the meta, of course, is gonna. I think it would be way more wide open if people weren't so reliant on, well, this thing helps me win map, this thing helps me give me team prob and stuff like that, and that gives me that slight advantage that I can map. You can lose the game just off the map, not you losing map. Which has always been the thing about HeroClix. It's that rock paper scissors type of thing, but I would get rid of all that in general. Just because you want to play the Justice League, I understand that they work together. Um, what you do is you build traits around them. You build traits in there, like for the Batman animated series, you build a trait that allows them to take tokens off of each other. You build traits like in the Wakanda set. Well, if this person has Wakanda, or I mean the Black Panther set, well, this person has Wakanda, they can do this. Or in this set, the Avengers Assemble trait. Oh, okay, you built Avengers. Okay, well now you get to attack and add a whole bunch of Avengers. You get to roll dice and take a token off of yourself, which is huge.
Yeah. They have that in this set now. They have the assembled bolts of masters and
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Avengers Assemble trait that's in this set. A player yesterday, he had Captain Marvel and he had three Avengers. He had like 3 or 4 Avengers on his squad. So every time he would attack with her, roll the dice, roll that 5, token right off of her, and that's insane.
mhm.
And that's great. That's a great way to add value in game design and add value in a figure without making it so that you have to fit inside this box. I have to play mystical. I have to play monster. I have to play this. Now it's open wide. Now so many other figures get looked at, because they're just good. There's so many good figures that just don't get looked at because they don't fit. They don't have the keyword that fits into the box that they need so people can play theme team.
So would you play like I mean I know with the new Steve Rogers would you do like with the skull as like your Avenger or Shield
Yeah, it's
character?
a because here's the thing. The reason why the skull is actually really good on an Avengers team is because he kind of forces your hand in a way that actually really can again force the hand of if you pick a wide open map, if you pick like a muck time and now I can see you, what's up? So I'm gonna mind control your big guy over there and make him attack somebody, or I'm gonna mind control someone and make them come and do things. And then if you have the Voyager Medusa type of stuff, you can okay, you're coming over here. Well, you know what? I'm gonna keep a Medusa here or whatever. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna port away or something like that, and then have when you hit the skull, well now the skull's gonna mastermind into this 0 point pause and die. And that's why Medusa is amazing. But I don't Vulture is a figure that if you play against him the right way, you can take him down. But the current meta is just so set up; it has so many tricks for him. Once rotation goes, it's going to be a very different game for him. I think he's still going to be very good, but I think some of the things that's going to make it now you got to have like current poison or something like that so he can get around again. So he can get around what shape change? Because if he goes up against anything with shape change, he's gonna die. Or
But you
now,
could still run two Steve Rogers and a Colonel Poison and a
yeah, but now you're putting your eggs into another basket of just I need Vulture to hit.
right.
Now you just need like, oh yeah, Vulture. I just need Vulture to hit. And to me, that's bad.
You
If
never
if
know.
you
You could crit miss and then you're done.
and you're done, or someone has, or just miss, not even crit miss, just miss. I mean, you can you can have high values and still miss. Oh, you got a 19 and I got a 13. I only need a 6, 5. What you gonna do?
Hmm.
And there's no prob. If you don't have prob, you're screwed. Now, I'm sure the Avengers teams will have it so that he can do that. But now you need TK. So let's just say Vulture teams with Steve Rogers. Now you need Steve Rogers 50 points, which is still very good. He's a great piece. Now you need, so it's 100 points just for Vulture and Steve. That's 100 points that you're added. Now you need Arms. That's 110. Now you need TK, so that's 160, and that's already half of your build. And yeah, you have other stuff. You got 140 points, which is great for Avengers because they're relatively cheap. But what else are you really gonna fill that's after he gets possibly taken out?
Yeah, no. Once ID cards rotate out, Vulture's gonna have a hard time because they probably rely on the ID call-ins for the TK or
Mm-hmm.
you could do like Spin Ring or like the Mind Gem or something like that, but not the Mind Gem. What's the one that does TK? The Reality Gem.
Yeah,
But
Reality Gem.
I still think, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we don't know, but I love seeing in the meta. I love seeing people who use stuff a little bit skill than just the all right. Well, I'm just gonna like Alpha Strike is fine, but it's not really my cup of tea. I think the game is way more strategic.
Hmm.
What I've seen from through the years from the meta game, I wish WizKid actually tore all the other tactics away and made the high level stuff play like very bare bones and just go on the base of the character and the dial and and of course the cream is going to rise to the top. But again, now you add in so many other things. Vulture's great. If you don't have tactics along with him, Vulture is now just a really good piece that can, of course, be he can take out potentially still run through you and hit you for five and all this other stuff. But now he has a way harder time to do it, you know. And he's not so dominant as he is now. And with ID Collins,
Well,
I can't
like
wait.
I think
To
I think a good example of a good Vulture team was Patrick Fraser's Nationals winning team because that didn't have just Vulture, also had Hawkeye,
Mhm.
so it had other options. It wasn't just Vulture. So he had
I,
other things going on there.
yeah, I Hawkeye was another. I mean, that's a
That
piece
that piece was OP though. Yeah, it was.
another piece where again it's only because of the meta being where it was that Hawkeye was really prevalent to me. Him being able to just ping all and start killing all your Retaliants and stuff like that. I think if he wasn't as prevalent, if Retaliants weren't as prevalent, he wouldn't have been has made such a splash, as he did. He still would have been very great, but not as great because I never had him. I had the chance to, and I was like, no, it's just not a cup of tea. Does he? Could you up his? You could up his damage, right?
Yeah, you could. Well, no, you have to use other perplexes and stuff to up his stats.
But no, you could make him potentially just like 4 or 5 damage, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, well yeah, that's really good, and I mean that's what you want in a chase fig. Again, it's not gonna be my cup of tea, but I enjoy them. Like power is just something that's part of the game. Acting like we can't have power is just silly. I wish it was more balanced point value wise because for his points, he was way too powerful for the points. Ultra is way too powerful for the points, but I understand him being the prime
hmm
makes have to make him, almost broken for the points for what he can do. So we'll see where it goes though. With no ID cards and nationals, I only lost this past national and world. I only lost because of I lost in nationals against Unimind, and I lost literally. If I had 10 more seconds, I would. I lost by 10 points. I popped him with like Medusas and stuff like that. It was crazy. And in Worlds, if there was no ID cards, I would have won my last 2 games. I would have won.
So what team were you running?
I was running an Avengers team and Nationals with Voyager 3 Medusas, um, and Giant Girls, something like that. It was pretty much just getting your face with. It was like turn 2 Medusas are in your face. Like turn 1, I probably win. or I was winning all my map rolls. I move up, put the because no one builds energy explosion because they just don't. But again, ID cards allow you to call. I'm gonna call it Firestorm. That, anyways. And turn two, somebody's gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
That's oh, I had Star Fox. I had three Medusas, Star Fox, Voyager, and a Giant Girl. And Star Fox would pick up the Remaker ring,
Okay.
and then he would phase over. He would pick it up, and then we would move, and then I would move again. I'll move out. He would move in, perplex up his defense, possibly get tokens taken off of him from the Medusas. Medusas would run and go kill something. He would come and support, and then start poisoning stuff. And then he's sitting there with Flurry with a 20 defense with shape change and senses. And then now Medusas are sitting there just eating you alive. And I just couldn't hit tens consistently against Unimind.
Yeah, that's tough.
If I would have had one outwit, then I would have been okay. But I had one. He killed my Voyager, and I still popped him anyway. And in at Worlds, I went up against Vulture, and I went up against Vulture twice. My first two rounds, I went up against Vulture with Chase Thanos, and again, I had both those guys on the ropes, and if there was no ID cards, I would have won because Vulture died both times, and Thanos was getting on the ropes, and the ID cards is what kept them going. I lost by points, like 20, 30 points, both those rounds.
Hmm. So, yeah, I mean, well, ID cards are on their way out now, right? Or
We'll see. We'll see. I don't think they're gone forever. I hope that when they do leave, they come back. Like I've always said, they should be for 5 points. They should be Marvel versus Capcom. If anyone's familiar with Marvel vs. Capcom, you call in the person comes in, they do an attack, and then they leave.
right.
They don't get to sit there. They don't get to do anything crazy. They come in, they literally attack you, and they jump right back out. That's what 5 points should get you in this game.
That's actually better though, I think, because if they stay on the board, then the other person could score them.
The person can score them, right? So again, you've paid for 5 points. Your opponent has no way to win the game off of killing your ID character.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A la a Wolverine or a Cyclops or something like that, or Professor X or whoever you got. And now you don't have to keep doing the thing where, I came out, I brought him out, Cyclops running shots up 4, and he shoots you, and then he sidesteps away, and he's poof. And no, you should be able to come in, do an attack. You do literally no power actions. You get to make a range or close attack for 5 points, then immediately remove after resolutions, immediately remove that character from the field, from the map.
Yeah, that doesn't sound bad, especially if it's like a vanilla attack or something like that. Then it wouldn't be overpowered.
That's a vanilla attack, because then what you do is you give it that, and then you can still have inspiration. You can still have inspirations because now you can value into the inspirations versus I'm just gonna have Wolverine come out here, and it doesn't matter what ID card. I just need to come out and just destroy you because the inspiration doesn't matter as much as Wolverine just coming out and charge flurrying you. That should never happen. To me, that's just my humble opinion. That should never happen for 5 points.
So, what do you think from the new set, the Captain America and Avengers set? What would be your top pulls, like things that you want to pull from each rarity? Common, uncommon, rare, super rare, chase.
Well, let me look through some dials. Personally, from the common slot, it's very hard to argue against. It's very hard to argue against. Nick Fury is very good. He has that run shot and outwit and everything like that. It's very hard to go up against Sharon Carter because she's very cheap and she adds a lot of support with the leadership and having the perplex. But I would actually, even Peggy Carter is very good. Industrial Spy is amazing for what he does.
Industrial Spy was really good in the tournament yesterday.
I had one, and he's at 30 points of wrecking you. And the fact that he can steal your stuff is just amazing. So
There's
Um,
Industrial Spy right there.
yeah,
I'm showing it on
five
the screen right now. Industrial
and
Spy. Okay.
industrial five for 30 points. Just the movement. Here's the thing that gives him so much value. He has a 10 move pretty much versus, and yeah, he can't go through elevated, but 10 move thanks to side is amazing. And then outwit you, and then I'm gonna outwit something, and then I mean, come on. It's so nasty. And I really, really, really love what he brought to the game. I pulled him yesterday and played him. He just and the willpower and the fact that Spy allows him to I had Sharon Carter on my team, allows Sharon Carter to snatch tokens off of him.
Sharon Carter's great with the Perplex that gives Outwit. She's really good. And she's got the shield team ability.
A piece that no one is really talking about that I've heard is Quake.
I was just
Quake,
gonna say Quake. I think Quake is really good.
well, Quake is so amazing, and people are gonna look at her numbers and she has 11-4, which is fantastic. I don't want to see my last click. Quake shouldn't see her last click. Why? Because she should just be able to Quake you from I'm gonna shield up my range and I'm gonna Quake you. I'm gonna Quake all these soft characters from so many squares away. And she has a nerve to have stealth and see through stealth. Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, she can combine that with charge, so she can move 5, charge, Quake for 5 squares away. Giant reach 5.
Like,
That's a
and
10
it
square, like almost like a range Quake almost.
and it is that's what it is. And it says her range. It doesn't say her unmodified range. It says her range. So again, if I had Industrial Spy and I had Sharon Carter on my team for a little for not even half my squad, I have potentially two. I have potentially two. Not even potentially. I have two outwits, a perplex, and I have I have three shield characters. And now Quick goes from a 6 to potentially an 8 range. That's insane. And then being able to just quake people and single target quake you. Are you kidding me right now? If you
Yeah, and she could just sit back and do that, and you don't have to get her in close
don't
because
get anything, she is amazing piece. And only gets better thanks to having Avengers, Inhumans, Shield, and Spy. Avengers, Inhumans, and Shield realistically is so good. There's so many pieces. So say like one of my favorite pieces for Black Panther is Black Bolt. Black Bolt being able to just shoot everybody for 3 damage. Are you kidding me right now? You can't stop it. I can just come into base contact with you and everybody for 3. In today's day with talent, that 3 penetrating is going to clear a lot out of. But he doesn't have keywords that are sexy for everybody. So no one wants to build Inhumans. No one wants to build Ruler, which Ruler is ridiculous right now. Ruler's so good, no one's talking about it.
you know what?
There's,
I've heard a lot of like I know ruler's a strong keyword, but I haven't seen a lot of really great builds with ruler. Oh no
you
no,
know,
there have been some. There have been some.
because people don't want to actually fight. When I think of Copic, I think of the cop car. It's the cop car all over again. I'm not gonna attack you. I'm just gonna do this mechanic that just allows me to ping you, and you can't do anything. You're locked down. You can't attack me back, and I win. It's the most pathetic way to win a HeroClix game. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's pathetic. It really is. Is it a great tactic that somebody figured that out? Fantastic, kudos to you. Is it a great way to win a HeroClix game? It is not. You cannot tell me you are a top player by playing Kobik. You cannot tell me that you cannot you to me you do not show me that you are at the game by playing Kobik.
Are you talking about with Kobik Trader? He switches off the tokens, stuff like that,
Yeah, it's that's
locking somebody down.
yeah, that's not it's the same as what was his name? Felix Faust and being like, "Oh, I'm just going to sit back with Felix Faust and just attack you. You can't attack me and then just make it so you can't even attack me." And I'm just going to keep sitting there and doing that. It's not good for the game and it doesn't promote what the game is really about, which is strategy. It doesn't. The game is not about just, "Oh, I'm just going to do this thing and you can't fight me back."
But I mean, there's other good things that Kobik can do too. She can do mind control. She can do like she can call in ID cards and stuff like that. She does a lot of good stuff.
And I love Kobik for how no one uses Kobik the way I use the one time I've played Kobik, I use her completely different than I've never used her to lock them down and put tokens on them. Like I mind control the crap out of you from very far away through all the stuff that allows her to see, and I just mind control you and make you beat your own team up. And then when you come away, I just mind control again, pour it away 3 squares, and just make you beat up your characters again. Sitting there and just like, I'm just gonna lock you down so you can't fight me. That is 50 minutes of agony for
Yeah,
me.
no, yeah, it's cheesy. Yeah. I mean that's what I'm scared. I mean, like I kind of want to jump on the whole vulture bandwagon. A, I don't know if it's going to be effective. B, I kind of feel bad doing it because like, it's not a good way to win. Just like
Well,
destroying somebody's whole team with vulture.
well, the thing about Vulture is again, if you have the answer for Vulture is unseen. I come over to you and I outwit your charge, and now there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You know,
Although
um,
he's rotating out soon, right? Unseen, or we don't know yet. But
uh, I guess he is, but even in today's again, there'll be something that'll be able to do and hurt Vulture. Realistically, an Avengers team, Happy Hogan is another piece that people are not talking about. Happy Hogan is ridiculous for being able, but because Happy can carry characters that can fly. So him being able to carry, and then if you have a TK piece, and then you have say like a Thor or something like that, or somebody that can really shoot and get a whole bunch of, because that's the thing about Vulture teams are they usually are bunched up and they're smaller pieces. So there's usually Vulture doing all the heavy lifting. You start taking out the big Tonys and all that type of stuff, um, then you can really cripple a team, and that's what you want. So, but in the common slot, Quake takes it for me. I love Quake. I really do love her.
what about uncommons? I like, what the two that I was looking at was Dario Agger, um,
Yeah, Dario's good. Dario's good.
and I was looking at Alexander Lukin. Looks like a fun piece because you can make all these like Winter Soldier, like Hydra teams and stuff like that. He looked like a fun piece.
You know what? He does seem very fun. I am a fan of bricks, so for me, the Minotaur is between Minotaur and it's actually between
There's two
um
Minotaurs. There's an uncommon one, and there's I think a rare or super rare.
so the if we're talking about uncommons, the uncommon Minotaur is, excuse me, really good to me.
120
Um,
at 125. You're saying, right?
well, even 50. Here's the thing: at 50 points, what more do you want? You have a character that can potentially hit somebody for four. A 50-point character that can hit for four and has damage reduces his whole dial. When people start talking about you're susceptible to outwit, 95% of the game is susceptible to outwit. So shut up about this person susceptible to outwit. Damn near everybody's susceptible to outwit, man. Okay? If they weren't, then the game loses the chance for outwit to be so and powerful like it is. So I hate when people talk about, oh well, they can be outwitted. Who cares? I've never seen a team where no one can be outwitted. I've never seen a team only when it's like a one man army that back in the where no one could be outwitted. Every team is gonna have somebody that can be outwitted. So yes, he can be outwitted. Should he ever be outwitted, especially if you're playing him at 50, you should never see him until he is in your face. You know, you should hide him and use positioning, which people don't talk about enough sometimes. With proper positioning, you can hide him and tactically get him in so that he can actually get that good charge on it and that possible full move charge. Someone said 2 days ago, "Oh, well, you can't full charge." That's crap. Of course you can if you position properly. Set your team up and set it so that if somebody wants some points, they're going to have to come to you or you come to them. And don't be scared to push and potentially leave your guy out for a turn, you know. But I love Minotaur because he's just a big nasty brick. And he potentially on his own gets across my other favorite figure from the primes. I mean from the from uncommons. It's a tie between Victor Mancha and Scheme. So the reason why I love Victor Mancha is, of course, he's a stealth character. I love stealth, especially in the days where everybody just wants to sit back and shoot you, shoot you. He's great, but he also gives you mastermind. And having a 50-point character on an Avengers team or a robot team, say you play Ultron, now someone just pegged that Ultron, that's fine. Victor Mancha is going to take it, and they have invulnerability. Or Victor has invulnerability. So unless they're pensiting him, then now it's going to be a problem. I absolutely love that. With Skeen makes it, Skeen takes it up a whole nother notch with making it so that she has shape change and adjacent friendly characters have shape change. That is so good, especially on celebrity teams. She's a taxi for your WWE characters, and she is a celebrity, and
Okay.
she has the assembled bolts of master. So when she attacks, is she going to be your main attacking person? No. Should she be anywhere near the danger? Not right away. Right? Again, she's a taxi that makes all your other guys, it should be a wall around her. And again, she's her playing WWE makes her ridiculous because you team her up with Mojo, let Mojo carry her around. Now Mojo can go wherever he wants. And on top of that, now you have shape change. On top of the fact, because you got to get close to him, so when you do try to attack him, he has shape change. That's pretty damn good. And her in cap with an 11 attack gets around shape change or super senses. That's again very good. With 3 bolts, is she winning worlds? Not because people are so close-minded, but does she have lots of potential to be a great support piece with her being a taxi and her giving one of the best evasion powers? Like you said, with Black Adam, what does Black Adam need? Somebody that he needs that shape change.
He
But
needs
now,
he needs a shape change. Yeah.
now you make it so that, okay, well, not only does she have shape change, but you have a character that when you attack my big guy, I'm just going to lock you down with her, so those 3 characters realistic, Minotaur being my top one, but like if I had a 1A and 1B, Victor Mancha and Skeen. And I mean, if you play Victor Mancha and Skeen together, now Skeen is potentially doing 2 damage, and Victor Mancha has shape change and she has mastermind to him. I mean, it's not a bad combo. It's not bad figures. As far as rares go, for me, it's got to be the Black Panthers. It's
I like that Black Panther. I like his representation as being a Black Panther. Let me take a look at him.
Yeah,
Um,
Black Panther
I like
for
how he's
me.
represented as a character. Let me see. The first one, not the Prime, right? Not Azuri.
I I like the Prime too. Azori is to me. Azori is great, man. The Charge Blades exploit on the first click, that's great with leadership.
Ooh, yeah.
You can kind of force someone's hand a little bit by making them to you. And if you fight on your side of the board,
He's only
you know
40 points. That's really good for 40 points.
that's for 40 points, and he doesn't have stealth or anything like that. But like yeah, I mean he gets +1 attack and damage when he fights closer to his side of the field, so he can really be a 40-point 12 for exploit damage figure. Like, forget anything else. I'm just gonna hit you for 12. It's gonna be 12-4. 40 points, and I got super senses with 18 defense, and I have leadership. Huh? Are you kidding me? And then when I KO somebody, and I'm on my side of the field, moving action token, from each friendly Wakanda
Oh wow,
character.
I didn't even see that. So if you're playing Wakanda,
Yeah,
everybody takes an action token off.
everyone. It says, yeah, when he KOs somebody, again, you shouldn't, and that's a character, doesn't say standard character, it says opposing character. So that can be a pog, that can be anything. Bring whatever you have, I'm gonna kill it, and then everyone gets a token taken off. And he is friendly to himself. That's crazy.
That could be a game winner right there. Just taking a token off of everybody for 1 turn, and then that could be a game winner right there. That's really good.
And I'm a fan of pieces that reward you for fighting, and he rewards you for fighting. He doesn't reward. Yeah, you can sit back, but premise of the character is I'm protecting my land, which is thematic, and when we fight, we win. You know, we're not just gonna sit back and let you just, take us. Wakanda wins. When people try to invade Wakanda, only two people have invaded Wakanda and succeeded. One was Namor, and that's when he had the Phoenix, Doctor Doctor Doom. So everyone else invades Wakanda. So the Steve Rogers is okay, and everything like that. The Jane Foster Thor is pretty good.
I
I
like the
really
Taskmaster. It looks cool.
Taskmaster. I played against him yesterday, and Taskmaster is so sneaky good. He's very sneaky good. You look at him and some people might not think anything of him um, because he's so soft and squishy, but um, him being able to choose super senses on his first click and then having it so if he sits in stealth and then people shoot at him and now you got to possible from range and super senses is very cool. Or if you know that you're about to get a fight, just choose combat reflexes. Or if you're taking a hit, just if you taking a hit for 3 and you evade the next attack thanks to super senses, just choose regen and just regen back up. Pretty damn cool for a 60-point character. Is he the best use of 60 points? Of course not, because so many pieces are made to be cheap, like that Azuri. That's 40 for 20 more points. And I mean, realistically, for Azuri, you pay 40 points, and then now you can add 3 objects to your team for that extra 20 points. You can add 3 objects and still 60. So,
No, yeah, Azuri's definitely better, but I mean, Azuri uses a prime slot, so I mean,
does he does? And I mean, again, if you're not using a vulture, or if you're not using vulture and prime, which a lot of people aren't because they just don't have him, then you're good, or Professor X Prime, which is one of my favorite figures that they've ever made, that piece. But I actually also like Radioactive.
at the low point dial or high point dial?
Like I said at the beginning, I'm gonna play you high point,
Play
man.
me high point, okay. All right.
I want that beef. I want that 11-4, man.
11-4, yeah, that's pretty big.
Want that. I want that all day. And you know, he says, "Suck it to Thor." Oh hey Thor, if he didn't take the attack on his own, you get you get that -2 to your attack when you energy explode or you quake or anything like that. Him opposing characters within 3, which is his range damage. When making close attacks, again, you position him right. He's a brick. He wants to be. Power set says get up close. You know, exploit says get up close. Super strength says get up close. Poison says get up close. So plasticity says get up close. So his whole point value is based around he is not a range piece, simple and plain. He's just not. So his sculpt is great. I really like the way they did his sculpt. I'm a fan of villains, heroes at this. So I'm a fan of villains. So when they make villains red and that have been cool and definitely. So seeing him again is very, very cool. But like I said, as far as rares go, Azuri is he's my, and the both Black Panthers just as a.
I also really like that Hawkeye.
He he is good. He is good. Mm-hmm.
Because you can copy. He's a wild card, so you can copy Avengers Initiative on a Shield team
Mm-hmm.
and give him improved hindering.
And then it becomes a big problem. Another piece I like is again, I played Ghost yesterday. Ghost is for 50 points. Ghost can go on your scientist team. He can go on your aim team. Ghost can go on a whole bunch of teams that I really like. Or Ghost can just go on a team without having to be a theme and then just make it so that he can just inch up or get carried up and then run through your whole damn team.
Yes, you did that against me yesterday.
And when you do it correctly, it changes the whole landscape of just like Azuri taking off a everybody when team, and now their next turn they can't do anything, and now you have the ability and to potentially do it. It's so good, um, and I absolutely love it. So he's a phenomenal piece. He's a phenomenal piece. That again, people are gonna talk about possibly field, not much out other than that, which is fine. I really like him. To me, he's a better version of Pride, stealth and stealth busting and the outwit. That's so huge for a character you can't lock down because he has phase teleport. He can creep up with that, and then you can just push him to a second click, and he can just be a great tie up piece. That when he's free, he can just move around and then plop right back out. Now you got to deal with 20 up close. That's nasty, you know. So I love Ghost. He's really cool. He impressed the crap. I wasn't gonna play him. I was gonna try to not play him and play Nuke, because Nuke makes other people stronger, and then he heals deep in his dial. But I was like, no, and locking the whole team down is just so great. Um, as far as super rares go, it is. I mean, of course, Captain. This super rare class is an interesting one for me because it's full of characters that I like because I like villains. I like obscure characters. So my favorite super rare, besides Spider Man, because Spider Man is just amazing, um, is Machine Smith. Machine Smith is probably one of my. He's probably my favorite of the set. Um, all the pieces we were just talking about in the other rarity. So you have now a character. He makes this dupe, and 100 points or less. That character now, has the combat values and displays standard powers of whoever he's copying. That's just great, and that's just great. I mean, if you if you get a character that, oh hey, you played this character at a lower point value, that's just I like him. He has perplex. He has a bit of energy explosion. He moves through hindering, stealth, and everything like that. Plasticity. Like his style is sneaky good, and again, he has range. But I'm playing him as an up piece because the plasticity to keep people there, and then the invuln with the perplex. 19 defense is what I'm probably gonna end up having. When you hit me, I'm be hit you for 3 and then heal right back up another clip.
He's also got shape change and he's got shape change and
Let's have shape change.
yeah, and something else, stealth. He has stealth too, right?
That's so he has shape change traded, but then he has plasticity, sidestep, and stealth as his special powers first 3 clicks. That is just so good to me. That's so good.
Yeah, it's
If
hard to
he
kill. He's very hard to kill.
if he had scientist keyword, I would absolutely love him. But he has robot keyword, so and he's less than 100 points. Again, he's almost a third of your squad. Yes. Would I actually use him? What I would use him for? I would put the liar ring on him and just let him go. I'll put liar on him. So now he has 10 range when he mind controls with 2 bolts, with perplex, and eventually going into mind control to just run free in the back. So you're gonna go base him. You're gonna hit him more likely, and then he has survivability, and the dupe just keeps getting made.
Mm-hmm.
So kill the dupe. I'm gonna make the dupe. That dupe dies. Oh, that dupe still can tie you up because he has shape change. All right, I'm gonna kill the dupe. Make another dupe. It's just so good. And even here's my thing. It's I have the combat too. Even if you just have, maybe you have like special powers. I can just make the dupe to have somebody that has good values. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you got good values, Hawkeye. You know what? I don't even need any of your special shit. When you look at when we look back at realistically, let's say I have Machine Smith and you super rare Thor from the Earth X one, right? She has nothing pretty much but good powers. So now my dupe for 0 points that you have to kill, has flight 10 move, run shot, energy explosion, 18 impervious, and friggin' enhancement. What?
No, I was
Huh?
I was playing Errol yesterday. Errol, and he had Machine Smith on his team, and
Wow.
I had Winter Soldier, outwit first click outwit. So now he has an outwit for the rest of the game. He could just keep creating outwit. He's got a free outwit. It was really nasty.
I mean, you and again, the fact that it gives your powers and your numbers is ridiculous. Okay, you know what? Guess what? You got the Hulk. You got Immortal Hulk. Guess what? I got an Immortal too. What? And oh, hey, your Immortal Hulk killed my Immortal Hulk. Well, boo hoo to me, because you know what? Guess what? I'm gonna make another one. As a matter of fact, here I'm gonna make this another Immortal Hulk right next. You got charge, strength, and 4 damage. Thanks. What?
So, oh yeah, so okay, so and you're if you were gonna pull Chase, what Chase would you pull?
I am in the minority where I say if I was gonna pull a chase, I would actually really like to pull Absorbent Man. I like Absorbent Man for 100 points. His survivability is just through the roof. He's a brick. I really just I like his dial so much. I just really like like he is a Swiss Army knife type of character that I really really like. Um, Having him in any of the kind of terrains that you in and everything like that. Um, I mean, you have him next to. I think it's you can put him next to something, right? It's let me see. It's
Put
choosing.
him
It's
next
in
to a terrain, right? Yeah. Let me look.
yeah. So you put him next to a wall or blocking. Now he has a 19 defense with close combat for super strength. That's just ridiculous. Because when you hit him, now I can just mass keep stealing energy and close combat expert you and still have high defense, still have an 18. So even on those 16, and I'm just beating your face in. Or I can just keep regenning attacks on, and I'm only a third of my team. Um, I really like him. Of course, the sexy pick is Thor or Ultron because Ultron those numbers are great. Ultron's great, I think. I really do like Ultron. Especially since his regen allows him to heal up to his top click of each kind of segment, like point segment, which I really like. But it would have to be Absorber Man, or actually, I guess if Absorber Man is number one, 1A would be Rider because they've never made Ghost Rider. I hate that he's a chase. Is he as powerful as I wish he were? He is pretty powerful. But I wish they would have kind of done more with him. Um, and Namor. I actually really Namor is one of my characters. I love Namor. I love what Namor brings to any team that he's on. Again, ruler. He brings a whole bunch of Avengers. He brings a whole bunch. Um, and yeah, I mean, yeah, he's pretty. Namor's pretty good, and just a nice little brick for 75 points because I'm always gonna play him at 75.
Hmm.
Um, at the 75 point value, he makes water and really good. I really like him, and Peggy's really good too. People discount Peggy so much because she's not again the sexy pick, and she's not super kind of meta a Ultra Chase Thanos or how Captain Marvel was unkillable and everything like that. But I really like the fact that he brings so much to a team. Her having Avengers keyword is huge, along with Past and so and even Shield. Give all these characters that we've talked about a 19 defense. Ghost becomes almost unhittable now with a 19 defense. Almost any character becomes almost unhittable now with defense. You talk about any character gets better from 19 especially a pog that you can't kill, um or a character like say I mean if you were gonna pull insanely good. You pull a Absorbing Man and a Carter, and then now you're in business. Or let's just say Ultron and Peggy Carter, ugh. Or Thor and Peggy Carter. Now you got a team, and now Thor's probably not gonna get hit because you might not hit that 19. Um, and he's nasty, and they have point values that fit and do all these other things. Um, so I really enjoy Peggy Carter. Do you like Peggy Carter at all?
I do like Peggy Carter. I am on the Peggy Carter bandwagon. I think that I think I mean, definitely she's a must play on your sideline if you have Steve Rogers, or even if you're playing like Captain America on your team. Like any kind of a team with Captain America, because like that Fast Forces Captain America is really good. I don't know. The fact that you can have like I don't know. I mean, just her on the sideline is a really good character, but also at 75 points, she's good. She's got that 19 defend, as you said, is a really strong power. 19 defend, you can give anybody 19 defense. She's got high values for 75 points. She's got 12 attack, 4 damage. She's pretty strong for. I mean, she's a close combat piece, but I think she's definitely a great piece. They wouldn't make her as an ultra chase if she wasn't a great piece.
Yeah, and that's the thing that people are, I guess, discounting. They're discounting the fact that she's not point and click,
Mm-hmm.
but she has the same base numbers as Thanos, Ultra Chase Thanos, like the same base starting off, like super high attack, super high defense, and stuff like that. Add 10 points to her value, or let's say the Soul Gem. Now she has a 20 defense, on her own, and she heals from range or from close. Or again, my personal favorite, you throw Liar on. Now she becomes a range attacker, and being able to range you, and mind control someone. Some people look at mind control as a very effective power. When I think of a piece like Mandarin, automatic Liar's going to be automatic, because him with 2 targets and all the other stuff he does, I mind control. Another piece that we didn't talk about, because I said my favorites were this person and that person, but in the super rare category, both War Machine and Punisher, absolutely ridiculous for what they do.
Which one do you think is better?
I mean, it's gotta be, it's gotta be War Machine. War Machine. War Machine just can, he can. It's gotta be War Machine. It's just gotta be War Machine. War Machine can perplex himself, and War Machine can shoot out of adjacency, and he improved movement and all. The values are a little bit skewed. I actually think the values, Punisher War Machine has the better values overall. He goes below a 10 only one time. But I think I think for him just being able to, with the minigun target lock thing, where when he hits Absolution, you may give him, give a hit target a target lock, then remove it, and then make a free attack using his printed attack and damage value. No, you know what? Let me take that back. I think Punisher is better. Let me stop. Punisher is better because, again, for Punisher to add him to the, just to make him equal a point value of War Machine, that's 10 points that you have to play with. Again, I'm probably gonna say you put Prime Punisher on War Machine with the Soul Gem, and now you have a problem, because now he's out here life, and that's bad. Like 12-4, from 7 away is nasty on its own with knockback. So he's just hitting you for 4, knocking you back, um, or just perplexing you down, so you can't really. Again, if you have the Soul Gem on him, he's gonna keep healing. Um, and it just says make an attack when you have 2 tokens. So in one turn, you can potentially, again with the Soul Gem on him, or just in sealed, you could just attack every single turn. Someone, oh, you got to tie up piece. Your tie up pieces, they're gonna die. And then with him having colossal stamina, it's almost unfair that you could push twice with him and still have 11-3, and then push to 11-4, and then just keep attacking every single turn. That's just with dual targets. That's just so nasty. The only thing that gets him is just you got to swarm him and just knock him down. He's not, of course. Those 2 pieces, him and War Machine. War Machine is gonna. The thing about War Machine is War Machine is going real good. Once he hits you, he's gonna hit you, and potentially, and he's gonna drill you again for. Or he can hit you for 5, and then drill you for 4. Where Punisher would have to. I mean, he could potentially, depending on how the turns go, if he already had a token 4, now I have 2 tokens. Now I can shoot you for another 4. Damage depletion modifier going was actually so fun to me. I love the damage depletion modifier.
Excuse
So
me,
fun.
you liked it or you did not like it?
No, I love it. I love the damage depletion modifiers. Like, let's just fight. I want to fight. And especially when attacks, like the duo ability was a thing. I hated the fact that if I have Power Man and Iron Fist are smashing face for 3. They're not gonna hit you for 3 and then 2. Superman and Batman definitely gonna hit you for 5 both times because it's Superman and Batman, not just once. Nightwing and Batgirl. Duo figures are something that really went away that I wish they would have back in the game. I thought they were awesome. It was an awesome concept. Take all these characters that work together, and make them duos. Super Sons not being, because they work together. They have a together. So I'm hoping that they treatment the Super Sons where you have Connor and make them Miles Gwen. I mean, because Miles Gwen is a great piece. Actually, Miles Gwen was my favorite piece from the con exclusive, right neck and neck with just because again Spidey Universe, but them being able to attack every turn again and having the power set that they had, being flex or wit at leisure with a dial that evades, and then when you kill them, you still got to deal with these 2 pogs that are amazing. Kudos to WizKids. So I hope they do something like that. Super.
Super Sons, yeah.
Yeah. What would make it cool is if you could do a power action and then they have a Batman and Superman pop the dial instead, and then you just call in like now you got a Superman or a Batman out on the field. You know what I'm saying? That would be really cool too. Or when you kill them, a Superman and Batman, that would be really cool. Like, oh, now you made me cool. And then those 2 guys show up. That would be very
cool. So speaking of Superman, I know that Justice League set is coming out soon. I mean, we have a whole bunch of new sets coming out soon. We have the WWE Wave 2. We have Justice League Unlimited. Fantastic Four, which everybody's excited about. And also, I guess after that is supposed to be like, what, Spider-Man or something like that?
Spider-Man and Maximum Carnage, I think. Spider-Man and Venom.
Something like that. But you are known to be a Superman fan. I mean, you can tell by your shirt, you're a big Superman fan. What would be your ideal clixed Superman?
Um, I honestly, my favorite Superman of all time. Again, I have him very easily accessible. Chase Dark Knight Returns Superman. Why? Because he doesn't have any on his dial.
He doesn't have what on his dial? Sorry, you cut out for a second.
He doesn't have hypersonic on his dial.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a big fan of hypersonic, just because of how it usually makes you play if you want to play it the way to its utmost potential. You hit and run. That's not a big thing that Superman really does. And when he does zip in, he doesn't kind of get away. He zips in, stays there, and kind of pummels you. So I would make a Superman that definitely has full move charge, or a power that allows, he would have a retaliation.
Sorry, you're cutting out again. Sorry. So he would have a retaliation piece?
He would have a retaliation like Spider-Man from Earth X.
Yes, I like
You
that
know,
piece. Yeah.
hit one of my friendly guys. Well, power action or free action. Boop, Superman's here. And now you got to deal with me. And they've done something like that in the past, but it wasn't the way that I necessarily wanted it. I would make Superman be easily a 10-click dial. Stop click on the very last click, and the stop click he would have so that he can't be hit any. And then
What
I
was
would
the
probably
power? Impervious, you said?
no immune,
Oh, immune.
immune,
Immune. Okay.
immune. So you in bold letters, so you can't do anything to him until he gets turned to retaliate, and he would have protected outwit on the last click. I would probably call that power "This ends now." Like he says in the comics and in the cartoon, his butt whipped a little bit. He's like, "All right, man, this is tired of dealing with." And of course, it would probably be like hyper. Then I would be like, okay, let him kind of go, Super Saiyan on like he did in Justice League. That's very popular. Where Dark Side. Other than that, I would just make him. I would actually make a Superman that has a very Swiss knife type of dial. I would give him some psychic blast. I would combat. I would give my favorite Superman was the for a long time was the fast forward, the running shot incapacitate that could like incapacitate that was adjacent, like showing that he has free. I would definitely have that as a power. Um, I would definitely even have it so friendly characters he would have defend as a trait, because it's Superman. Um, I would definitely have a power that friendly characters summon Superman. Like I need like a friendly character that was damaged last turn, do a power action, place Superman adjacent, a friendly character named Superman, and then Superman can attack or be there, and then let him do something. But Superman, in Click's form, shouldn't necessarily. There should always be characters are prominent pieces in meta because based on their legacy, Superman is one. The fact that we
Sorry,
don't
I'm
have a.
sorry. Could you repeat that again? Because I'm sorry, we're having a lot of like cutting
Uh,
out where I'm not hearing you
I'm,
correctly, but
I'm sorry.
it's
I
okay.
said certain pieces should always be kind of a mainstay in meta or in high rarity. So based on their legacy and their power set. So when you have a piece like Superman, there should always be a Superman that's kind of scary. That when you sit next to a Superman, a map, you're like, damn, I gotta take that beast down. You know? Same
Yes.
thing with same thing with the Hulk. The Hulk is a prime example of a piece that I should be scared. I shouldn't be able to just shoot death. Because that never works. I should be able to automatic. I should have to fight. All those two characters of the fact that there's no Hulk that's really nasty in the game right now, and we have tons of legal. last say years, of them were at par for what we really wanted. Superman 2, Rebirth Superman, cute, but no one is necessarily phase teleport power. It's just hyper, you know.
Yeah.
So I would make a Superman that has full charge, and full move running shot. That's what I would do. I would just make it full charge running shot. You know, when I would say charge and running shot. Period. When Superman uses either power, can is full.
So charge, running shot at full move, stop click on his last click with immune. But then
Mm-hmm.
he would have to lose it because then once he heals up from that click, he would never die. He would never be able to die, right? Or
I wouldn't have him heal. I wouldn't have him heal. I wouldn't do. I wouldn't do Superman in the essence of the game. Undying aren't the game, if you ask me. Stop clicks are fine. Undying pieces are not. So, Superman, you know, he's died in comics a couple times. You know, critically wounded a couple times. So I would want Superman to die. I wouldn't. But the reason I said immune and not stop is so that once you know, everyone knows, okay, I hit you to the stop click again. Well, now when I hit the immune, you can't do anything else. And now I get a chance to fight you back. Not to heal, but to fight you back. And if you give him hypersonic, whatever, now it makes it so that now he has a fighting chance, you know, give him invincible, and then there you go. And just let him, now you get to see whatever you can do. I'm going to make him strong so his values stay strong.
would you give who would you give the highest damage value to? Hulk, Thor, or Superman?
Oh, I honestly would say Superman, just because Superman, you know, if we're talking about base Hulk, I would give Hulk the highest damage only if you do a mechanic that works kind of like they did in Hammer of Thor, well, not Hammer of Thor, but Mighty Thor, where you hit him and he got the his damage. But I would make it so that there was no this damage. Well, these rage tokens. That way, when you didn't hit Hulk a couple times, when he hits you, someone's getting off the map.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, he
but
builds up the rage tokens. Yeah.
that's what the essence of the Hulk is. When you look at, even when you look at, say, like, let's say Age of Ultron, and that fight scene, the movie Avengers Age of Ultron, when you look at that fight scene between Hulk, like Tony's just wow, and then all of a sudden when he hits Hulk, he spits that tooth out, and Hulk looks at him like, all right, and Tony's like, I'm sorry. That's what it should be. You know, that's what it should be. It should be something like that, where now I'm gonna into you. And so I would make Hulk potentially should have the highest one based on a mechanic that give him. If I'm just talking about just a character with no mechanic, base damage, it should be Superman. So, because Superman is as strong as he needs to be. You know, Thor is not stronger than the Hulk. Realistically, he's not. Thor's not stronger than the Hulk.
Yeah,
And the only,
Thor should have maybe a 4. I feel like Hulk maybe a 5. Superman definitely a 5.
I always wanted a Superman that had like.
Sorry, say that again.
I always hello.
Yes, yes.
I always wanted a Superman that had like a 5 damage, but if you were under like 50 or 100, hit you as hard, you know, like, oh, you're just a little guy because you're just a guy, you know. But like if you're this bigger guy, I'm gonna hit you hard. But like this, but now they make so many pieces. I mean, like we were saying, Punisher 90. That's not even a third of what most Superman are sometimes. Or like he can Punisher War Machine could be 3. He can be 60 points, hitting for 3 damage, which you can then you push him to now he has. four and then hit you for another four. That's insane. So if I was gonna make a Superman, it would just be tricks. He would definitely have the end cap that end caps some RCE to show heat. Um, Hypersonic on his last click. I would probably even give him a chance to like evade without it being super sensitive because it's Superman. He's fast. Get Flash. Maybe he can beat the Flash, but he could run with that fast. He could run. So and his senses are so acute. He can hear. Me and my friends always say this: the Flash shouldn't. You should not even know the Flash exists. He should be a blur. You should never see him. You know what I'm saying? It should just be, I'm about to do. That's what it should be, because Flash is that fast. Superman should be the same way. You should never even because he should just come in and it should be that. So I would, the next Superman, if I got to make, he would also have 13, 14 square movement, Superman.
Yes. Ooh.
Again, so he could use that full move charge where he can just get all the way across.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He hit you for 4 super strength. Then super strength becomes like viable again. You know, super strength is just not viable on a lot. Now I can pick up this object, wallop you, but I'm there. Now I'm just there. I'm not hitting you and then I'm moving away. I'm hitting you. You know what I'm saying? Superman doesn't run. Man stands there, lets people shoot him, and okay, what's up? I'm Superman, and that's what the kind of Superman. That's why I love, again, Dark Knight Returns, Superman, even though he hides in stealth, but he just stands there, or he just. And that's why I love Kingdom Come Superman. Kingdom Come Superman, he starts off with charge, not hypersonic. 6 damage is nasty, you know. But he doesn't just start off hitting and running. Superman. So that's what I would make for a Superman. A Superman that just, I would make a Superman that had probably like an amalgamation. And plus the trait on Dark Knight Returns Superman is one of the best traits I've ever seen on a figure.
What trait does he have?
He has the trait where at the beginning of turn you may roll a d6. If you roll a 1, he can't be moved, placed. Which again, even kind of says like I'm Superman. I'm not going anywhere. On a 2, nothing happens. A 3 or 4, you remove a token from him, and on a 5 or 6, his rerolls, he can't be perplexed or modified. He can't be modified, and his rolls can't be rerolled.
Isn't that similar to the Elseworlds chase too, or?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's the same thing, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's the piece I'm talking.
That's the Dark Knight Returns version.
Yeah, this is the Dark Knight chase.
Okay.
That's a Dark. Yeah.
Yeah, that Superman is great. I love that Superman.
Come on, 9 range, 13-5 with 19. What's not to love about it?
And
9 range?
And he's got a great sculpt too. I love that sculpt on him.
I mean, the floating down is very majestic. Even in that one, he wasn't majestic. He was very like, I'm just better than you, say type of thing. But Superman definitely has some of the made in. It's Superman. He should have great sculpts every time that's the right now. Even at the 100 chase, I love him more than I love almost every other Superman dial because he starts with. He has a great trait and he has 9 range with shape change and the invuln, and then he can heal up if he's. Again, they took so many different things that I like to figure. I would just add a couple bells and whistles, and 138 points max. That is what I want out of points. I want a figure that can really hold his own and smack the crap out of somebody. So, but people are just gonna play Wendigos. I'm gonna play 15 Wendigos. I would love to play against 15 Wendigos with that Superman and have him just beating the crap out of him. That's one thing that Superman does. Like if Eddie Guerrero can hit somebody 3 times, the Flash should be able to hit somebody 3 times. Sorry, so should Superman.
Yeah,
they should be able to hit 3 times. Ferrero can hit 3 times with flurry. Where's my Flash? That when Flash have a thing, minimum Flash, it should say flurry. When Flash uses flurry, roll a d6, minimum 2. Flash can hit that many times.
Nice. Yeah.
Come on, Tony. That would be awesome, right?
Yeah.
The Flash is hitting you for what in base damage, whatever his base damage is.
Mm-hmm.
But like, can you imagine just pummeling somebody? Just oh my gosh, precision strike on him because it's the Flash. You could just pummel somebody.
Yeah, I mean, Wendigo has like 4 attacks with Flurry, so because you sidestep and you move him around, and he's only 15 points, you get so many attacks out of him. Why can't you put that on a Flash, right?
And he's only 15 points, right? He's only 15 damn points. Come on. I mean, so again, my version of Heroclix, no one that's 15 points is ever going to be viable in the game. There's detriment. Shift the whole game. My version of it, right? Because it's disrespectful. Because we're never gonna get.
Never gonna get a what?
I say you're never gonna get a 15-point version Superman.
Oh yeah, no.
Exactly. So why do I get a 15-point version of Wendigo that can heal potentially? I get a 30-point version of Dark Phoenix, who is a cosmic entity, but I'm not gonna get a 15-point.
You never know. Maybe your version you could start him on. You have a 15-point starting line with that stop click. retaliating starting line.
Could you just see the? Here's the thing. He wouldn't get used. You know why? He doesn't have keywords that everybody wasn't. He doesn't have keywords that no one. Superman, but usually Metropolis, Reporter, Justice League. Like Justice League ain't viable. No one would even play him, Tony. That's the thing. I could make him. No one would play him. But you know what? Superman should also have a trait where he can go on any.
Go on what?
He Superman should have a trait where he can go on any team. Super. You know. Everyone works. No team is going to tell Superman if Superman offers help. He should be able to. He shouldn't affect any kind of team. It's Superman. I'm just super affect. If Taskmaster can go any team that he goes on, if damn near Silver Sable can go on.
Yeah, no. If Taskmaster can join the Justice League, then Superman can join Hydra.
From the sky and says, "Hey, Red Skull, I see you guys over here doing this stuff. I'm gonna help you." He's not gonna be, you're not dressed in yellow like these other guys over there. I don't know, man. I don't know, guy. I mean, Nightwing had it. Gandalf had it. You mean to tell me Superman doesn't? Superman can't? Superman's been on Legion of Superheroes. He's been on Justice League. He worked with Batman. He worked with Justice League International. He every Legion of Superheroes. He worked with everybody. You know, no one's gonna tell Superman no when he offers. And that's what the trait can be called. The trait could be,
What did we call?
I'm here to help.
I'm here to help. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what Superman say. Superman would float down and would say, "Hey guys, I'm here to help." Okay. Sure, Superman. Join the Avengers without having to have old man Steve on the team. Because we're never going to get 50 points. You know?
So, listen, Antonio, I think we're kind of out of time, but
Not a problem.
it's always a pleasure talking with you. Very,
Amen.
very good talking with you. Thank you for being on the show.
Of course.
Hope everybody
Pleasure.
tunes in and likes and follows us on YouTube and watches because we had a nice conversation going on. And don't forget, everybody, wake up and smell the clicks.
Indeed. Have a good one, bro.